Today, we're gonna make some artwork. I'm gonna show you how to make your own artwork for your own Airbnb properties, so that way the art matches perfectly with the design of your space and you spend a lot less money doing so. And gosh darn it, this is fun. So I've done this in a few places, and when I first started my Airbnb business, I made my own artwork. I actually made my own table once because I wanted to have an accent, like a really statement piece. And by doing this on my own, it made my spaces more unique, and it saved me a bunch of money in my startup. So by the end of this video, you're going to see the final product, but I'm going to walk you through the steps that it takes to make your own artwork and how to save money doing this, because you can do it on the cheap if you do it right. So this is Sean Rakidzich, this is Airbnb Automated, and let's make you an artist. Welcome back, Airbnb family. So I just got this wild hair to make custom artwork again. We used to do this all the time, and I kind of stopped because I got so busy doing everything else. So on the way up to this property, which we're setting up 4 apartments in, I decided to stop by an art supply store, buy wood that was needed to make the frame, and buy some canvas, and then buy some paint. So let me show you what that wood looks like. It looks like this. You can buy your own wood. This is for stretching canvas. You make a rectangle out of it, and then you stretch canvas over the top, and we actually just made this. Now normally canvas this size, like 60 inches by 40 inches or so, that canvas can run you $250, $350, especially with how sturdy this wood is. It'd probably be over 300 bucks. But because we bought the wood and the canvas separately and then used a staple gun, we were able to make it for about 70 bucks, right? So the artwork is 70 bucks plus the cost of your paint and your supplies. A lot of the stuff is reusable. So if you do this a lot, then you're really gonna do this on the cheap. Now, I'm gonna tell you my idea for this painting and why, but I'm gonna talk to you about how you can practically make your own painting and have it not be so difficult too, because painting can be an extremely intimidating thing. Like if you think of like trying to do the Mona Lisa or Starry Night or something like that, no, a beginning painter can't do that. But minimalism is easy. Abstraction is easy typically. You can even just cheat and use masking or like layers and make geometric shapes, which take almost no skill at all aside from a ruler and some tape. And you can actually make things that look pretty darn cool. So for example, our living room, our design, our main 2 colors are blue and yellow. I decided that I wanted to mix in some silver. So I have some silver here, I have some white, and I have some black. When you have colors, basic colors, you can use the whites and you can use the blacks to make things lighter or darker, right? You can even make your own gray, per se, mixing your whites and your blacks. But silver kind of has a shine to it, right? And that's why we wanted that. So my idea is I'd like to mix some white and some silver kind of in a rough way together, so it's not just one color, but it's got like some texture to it around the outsides of this painting here, around the outer edges of the frame. And then I'm gonna mix blue into it. I don't know if I'm gonna do necessarily like a starburst pattern, but the way that you brush your paint causes lines, which causes texture. So we're gonna do something with that and try to create some sort of like rougher texture with the blue on the outsides. And coming into the inside, I might mix that blue in with some white so the center is lighter than the outer area of the blue, is what I'm thinking of. And then I'm imagining doing a solid yellow kind of a wave form pattern across the center. Almost like a signature or a heartbeat, you know, EKG style, but without the sharp lines. And that way, it'll create this, that'll be the subject of the painting, and the background that we worked on will be just kind of to create the color scheme and the depth that we want. Now, if you don't feel like spending all that time brushing whites and silvers and blues together and then trying to draw a flower or a whale or like a kid in a raincoat, you know, because the yellow, you don't have to be a good artist. So for example, what we could do, I think you can see over here, we could simply tape out a square, right? You could seriously just tape out a square and you can paint that square blue, right? You can then take like a ketchup bottle and you could do like a top down with the yellow. You can just squirt out of the ketchup bottle and do like a squiggly line. It's kind of like that same subject I was talking about with the heartbeat kind of thing. And you just do it top down in the center of the square. And then you take that tape off and you have this big white canvas with this square of just solid blue and the squiggly line of yellow in it. And people would think that that's like high art, like high-end art. You could even have the yellow line come out of the blue box a little bit by waiting for it to dry, taking the tape off, and then you can even do the solid yellow line all the way down with that ketchup bottle all the way down until you almost hit that blue square, and then start that squiggly line pretty much at that blue square or inside of it, and then go straight again down the rest of the page. You know what I mean? So you can get on Pinterest and you can look at like abstraction art and just look at different designs. You could, for example, create a big triangle in the center, right? So you just tape off this whole section, you tape off to the, like over here, and then you tape off, and you just see you have a big triangle. So the whole canvas is going to be white, and you put a big red triangle that points to the right. It's going to look like the YouTube logo, kind of, right? And that way you could push on the painting and subscribe to this channel. Just subscribe right now. Why not? That's fun. And make sure you like, by the way, if you enjoy this weird stuff that I constantly give you on this channel, leave a like for the video, because it helps other people learn to be artists now too, because who knew that Airbnb Automated would talk about this aspect of design. So that's kind of some basics, and we can talk about more design, making your own painting basics in the future, but now it's time to have some fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera to be a little bit more top down, if at all possible, and you're going to see my process of trying to make some artwork for you, and hopefully it comes out nice. So there you have it. And yes, outfit change. You're going to have to let your painting sit and dry for about 24 hours before you put it on the wall. In a future video, we're going to do another one where we're going to be a little less reckless. A lot of times when you do a painting this big, you'll draw some lines on the canvas and decide where the halfway point is and make sure that everything is level. I kind of just took this run and gun approach to this one. So in a future video, I'm going to try to make it where you can step by step follow me to create a painting if you want to, where we draw some lines, we choose our paint, we create the plan ahead of time and just execute the plan. If you want more videos like this, feel free to leave it in the comments. This is kind of the fun stuff with setting up an Airbnb, so I look forward to doing more for you. I'm going to try to be in the field more because I've been in my office way too much lately. So once again, thank you for watching Airbnb Automated. Thank you for painting with me, and I'll see you on the other side.